When you're predicted to finish 20th place, this is how you go from a playoff promotion side and make some signings to make sure you stay in the Premier League. We're playing our first game in the Premier League in today's video, where we are versing Aston Villa at home as Luton Town, as we have been promoted through the playoffs last season in the Championship. We are of course predicted to finish rock bottom, but with the signings that I've made off camera, I'm hoping we can make sure that we stay in this division and push on to potentially grow this club up to European football in the next couple of seasons. And if you're new to the save, this is the Tactical Journeyman. We are taking this save as far as we possibly can, jumping from club to club, trying to use any tactic we can as long as it's not the gegenpress. If you guys are excited to be in the Premier League, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new around here just before I go over those signings, and can we please smash 10 likes to celebrate being in the Premier League, and let's jump into the signings that we've made. It starts from last season, and it starts with sales. And the big two that we made, the big two sales that we did was Ed Turns. He was a good rotation player for us. In fact, I think he was our vice captain. He's been here for a while. 4.4 mil for him after bringing him in on a free. Very happy with that fee. Can't complain at all. Then again, last season, we got rid of Tom Galviers, who was a player that we brought in on a free the season previous, just for a bit of cover in left back. 1.3 mil. Not going to complain about that at all. But the signings that we made last season, they were just youngsters. So yeah, we won't comment on them. I mean, it's good to plan for the future, but nothing too exciting going on. But I think one of the main things that you can do to give yourself a huge head start is sell the players that you know just aren't of Premier League quality, and that's exactly what I did. We had about £40 million to play with, and as you can see, I've brought in another 19, probably about 25 with the two sales that we made there, and only spent about 15, but you can see a couple of free signings coming in. But let's focus on who we've sold. Harvey White is left for 6.25. He was a player that didn't play a lot of games last season, and I knew wasn't really going to be of Premier League quality, so cashing in on him was a must for me. Then we got rid of a goalkeeper for 400k, brought him in for free, so I'm pretty happy with that. He's going to be Arsenal's backup. He'll be chuffed about that with, now being paid a lot of money. Mina, not quite the player we wanted him to be, and sold him for £1.1 million worth of profit. I can't complain about that. And Alcaraz, he wanted a big wage boost, and I didn't want to give him a wage boost because he was pretty average last season. I was happy to hold on to him as a rotation option, but he asked to leave, and 10 mil. Cannot complain for a free player. But the signings are what you want to know about, and these are the kind of signings you have to make when you are joining the Premier League for the first time. And you can see just with the prices, I've made free signings and nothing over £7.5 million. And that is because you cannot afford to make big signings. You just can't. You need to look for these gems, like the first man I brought in, the left back by the name of Brojan Maya. I'm going to say Maya. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that. Let me know in the comment section below if I am. But Maya comes in for £2.3 million after a season in the Serie A where his side got relegated, but obviously they needed to sell him quickly. We wanted to get him in quickly, and it's just a perfect storm for us. 2.3 mil for a bargain of a player who was definitely good enough to play in this division. Potentially got a bit of potential to get better too. 25 years of age, cannot complain about that. Another player that we brought in, a right back, left back, 22 years of age, and he's just £2.3 million and a huge potential. He could be a great Premier League player if we get his form in the right area early on in his career. Very happy with that signing as a bit of cover. This is our big one. £7.5 million spent on a man that was signed for £9 million last season and did a great job in a relegation side in the Spanish La Liga. 38 games played, 7.0 rating. That shows a bit of quality, especially when they got relegated, and just stats that make your eyes think, your eyes and your brain think, oh, that's not a bad player. 25 years of age, comes in for a pretty cheap fee. I cannot complain, and it's always those kind of relegated sides that you can get some bargains off of. Just like John McGinn, even though he's not a relegated player, we obviously are versing Aston Villa in this next game. Got him on a free, kind of 50% for the ability that he still has, and 50% for the experience that he has in the Premier League. And I know that realistically, Football Manager has no conceptualization of who has experience in the Premier League. But it's just good to get them in. Yeah, it makes you feel better, doesn't it? And I feel like he's a perfect player for us. £40,000 per week is a bit, but I think it's worth it for him. Billy Heaps is another man that we managed to bring in. Free transfer from Tottenham. Only ever played in the Championship, though, so he is stepping up by being a rotation option for us. But again, decent potential, decent current ability. £40,000 per week isn't too bad. Maybe overpaying for him a little bit, but it is what it is. Another free signing, left back cover option, and he's just a decent player. I mean, I needed a new left back. He's better than Baggin, who we loaned out, by the way, because we want to sell. But there was no way to sell him because we just re-signed him on a new contract, which was actually kind of stupid in hindsight. But anyway, so this man's better than him and not quite as good as Maya, but a great rotation option. But here's a big one. Antoine Griezmann has joined us, and at the age of 37, he's not quite at the same level, but his technical abilities and his mental abilities are still there. Physical is in the bin. So I think he's going to be a really good super sub, and if he kind of does the bits, we'll give him a chance in that cam role. If we create a formation with the cam, maybe on that right wing, left wing, or in the central midfield, playing as that Mazzala on attack could work okay for him because he's still got a bit of stamina and acceleration, and it doesn't really require that pace, strength, that he doesn't really have anymore. But I think it's a good signing, and a stab in the dark for only £38,000 per week is a deal and a half. Another deal and a half is not a player that actually they might have gone down to. They have gone down to. See, like relegated players is a way to sign players. It is such a good option, and it is Zi Yang. I apologize again if I'm saying that wrong. A Chinese goalkeeper who comes in for £2.7 million, could rise to 3.7. But you see, like we're signing him for only 0.7 mil more than what he has been previously signed for, and he is looking like he could be about as good as Rushworth. It's going to be a real fight for the first team spot. I am going to start off with Rushworth. I did think Zi Yang was a little bit better when I signed him, but I have looked into it a bit more, and I think Rushworth is probably still my starting player, but it's a tight one, and I like having that option for someone that's already gone up hugely in value. It's just a good signing to make, isn't it? Another one, free transfer. This is a huge wage, but as you can see, his value is incredible too. £52,000 per week. And it is Sukic, who I tried to sign last season, but he ended up extending his contract at Salzburg. So I'm happy that I brought him in this year. Great stats, going to be a starter for us. Very happy with him and to the team. And second to last, we brought in the £650,000 signing here. He's a Turkish centre-back. I'm hoping for him to be our fourth choice centre-back, but we don't even have a third choice centre-back at this point in time. We went for a couple free ones. None of them went to us, obviously. So he's currently our third choice centre-back, but definitely want another one. But then Reed as well. He's just a bit of cover. £18,000 per week is a good fee. And again, Premier League experience, it's a bit of a no-brainer for me. So it means that our first team squad is looking like this. And I am going to move Rushworth back into that starting 11, even though he's got the lesser of the match sharp. Nah, maybe Zi Yang actually. See, Rushworth, where's he going to get the match sharpness from? It might just be Zi Yang. Zi Yang getting the opportunity. He's got more potential too. It's a sign. It's a sign from the football manager. God's telling us that we need to start Zi Yang in this game. And it's still the same tactic. It worked beautifully for us last season in the Championship, and of course I'm hoping that it will do the same in the Premier League with better players. Surely it can't be too bad. Unfortunately, Alan Campbell, 5 to 8 months out, so potentially the season. It's not a good injury at all. Reed's also got a 2 to 3 monther, so both of them are out. It's hoped that we don't pick up any huge ones like we did last season. Pert Harris is only just coming back. Apparently doesn't need a fitness test, but don't quite know if he's ready to come onto the pitch. But with 9 substitutes now, you can afford to have a wee dud in there. But this is what our starting lineup is right now. It's Adebayo, Ida, Whittaker, Sukic, then McGinn, Garner, Maya, Dalquart, Nthembu, Vega, Danilo. It's definitely Danilo for me. Danilo at right back, and Ziyang in between the sticks. It's a good side. I think we've definitely developed. Like, even McGinn and Sukic in the midfield is an improvement to Pert, Harris and Campbell on paper, but of course we still have them if we need to rotate it. Whittaker on the right-hand side is definitely the position I want to improve. And you know how we beat Watford last season in the playoff final? Well, they've beaten us in a way that pains me. I wanted this man so badly. So badly. £12 million could eventually rise to, I think, like 16 for them as well. Basically the same deal that we offered. And he picked Watford in the Championship instead of a starting place in a Premier League side. Gutted. And we offered him like the same wage. Yeah, so right wing is definitely a position I'm still looking for. I'm going to simulate till the end of the transfer window for you guys, and then simulate all the way to the start of the January transfer window. So we'll play this game against Manchester United on camera, assuming that doesn't get rearranged. So we'll play this game, simulate to the end of the opening transfer window, update you there, and then simulate all the way to the Manchester United game. But yeah, within that time, I'm still trying to make more signings. It's Whittaker, his right wing spot that I want to improve, getting another centre back. But apart from that, I feel pretty good about the side. Like, we've got great cover in the midfield with Heaps, Tim, Edward, Pert, Harris, maybe another winger on top of the one that I want to bring in to replace Whittaker. There is this man who's on a free that I think I will sign because he just is half decent. But as you can see, I'm keeping an eye on a couple of players. Got £18 million still in the bank balance. So like, we can do something with this. It's just whether or not we can find the right players. And you know what? I feel like I'm having a mare here. Like, I like Dremir, but should I be giving some experience to this youngster? I probably should be, really. Dremir, mate, I think you might be out of the reckoning. Switcheroo, switch them around, and I mean, we'll see who plays well off the bench. But hey, it is what it is. It's a game of football. It's a business decision, and I think he's going to become a better player than Dremir in the long run. But I've talked for long enough. That is what we've done since last time we saw each other in the transfer market. Let's play our first game in the Premier League against Aston Villa, Luton Town. Obviously, at the point this video comes out, I'm sure we'll know how Luton Town are doing to start off the Premier League season. I don't know, because I'm literally recording this the weekend before the Premier League season starts, so not a clue. Hopefully they're doing well, but hopefully, I mean, it's no offense to Luton Town fans, but I care more about this game than the actual game in real life, because I'm not a Luton Town fan. But I am a fan of Luton Town and the Save, because I am the manager of their team. But they've still got some good players here, Aston Villa. They haven't been relegated at all from the Prem, which suggests they're a good side, obviously. Bargy, I know, turns into a great player. Bailey, I know, turns into a great player. Douglas Luiz turns into a great player. Is that Alaba? Yeah, it's Alaba. Oh, mate, okay. They've got some very good players out there. I think we're going to have a challenge to start the season. And it might be a tactical awakening, you know, if things don't go well. Like, I feel like we'd have to switch things up if it goes absolutely terribly to start things off. But here we are on the attack, actually. Eder trying to get it into someone in the mixer. Eventually it comes out to McGinn, who takes a shot against his former club and scores on his debut for his new club. That is a way to introduce yourself to the Luton Town fans, and that is a way to celebrate in front of your old team. Your team that you've been at for years, the team that made you who you are, and he's just rattled one in off the crossbar, and he doesn't care, he's celebrating. John McGinn, mate, that is some serious confidence. I like it. I like to see it. But it is them straight away attacking us again, and you can't really claim that was the best opportunity. Z Yang makes a good save there to keep it 1-0 to us. Like, it was the one highlight we had, and it was an outside of the box shot that just showed personal, individual quality from John McGinn. But I mean, it looks like it's coming a little bit more our way. Possession is definitely not in our favour, which is not something that we say at all. Last season we had always like 60% possession, so the fact that we're at 32 is a huge new experience for us, but it just shows the golfing quality that we have. But the scoreline's the stat that counts at the moment, and it is Sucic in there. Whittaker, he's had a mare. He's had a mare. I was pausing it to try and read Sucic's name because I forgot how to say it, and I also could be saying it wrong still, sorry. But Whittaker, mate, that's like a mildly open goal, and you've put it straight at Martinez. That is pretty bad. That shows the right wing spot is definitely a spot to improve upon. But I'm delighted with the performance so far. I'm not gonna even slightly act like I'm not surprised. Like I'm not surprised that we're winning. I am surprised we're winning, is what I'm trying to say. We definitely should not be winning against Aston Villa, like, on paper. But we're just outperforming them here. The stats are pretty even. I guess that one shot is kind of the difference maker. I don't know if you can call that outperforming, but they go for a long shot. And I'm just saying, didn't ripple the back of the net. Let's make a switch, though. Griezmann is making his first appearance in English football history, which is incredible from a man that has had such a good career in the league, La Liga. And he's finally going to try and do it in the English league. Right wing, in the inverted winger, probably the right call. Or that includes pace. What doesn't include pace? What can we do? Yeah, see, that's definitely the right one for him. That's definitely... Or Trequartista? I feel like that includes pace too. No, that's just agility. I prefer that, actually. I prefer Trequartista. We'll go for it. And, I mean... Am I going to question the fact that we're having a lot of attacking? Like, maybe I'll just bring Sucic back down to a support to try and keep that defensive end a little bit more solid. And Thembu's playing average on his rating. I'm not going to bring him off, though, because he's got a lot of legs, and I actually do back him to do well. Sucic actually isn't playing that well, so we'll bring on Edouard and leave it at that for the last 30 minutes of this game. But it is us on the ball, and it is Thembu into McGinn. McGinn plays it back to Thembu. Thembu into Delquire, and we're finding some space here with Eder on the left-hand side. Player of the season last year for us in the season review. Goes for a shot there. It's a good save by Martinez. I feel like it kind of wrong-footed him. It looked like it was going straight down the throat, and it kind of swerved at the last second. That is an unfortunate way to concede. Ramiro, I imagine the former Tottenham Ramiro, Christian, scores the goal there. RG with the ball in. Yeah, Ziyang, that's really bad, mate. You're in no man's land, and no one's picked up Ramiro. And he's obviously going to tap that one into the back of the net. That is horrific, and I don't think you deserve a 7.0 after that, mate. I think you're being very, very generously given one there. But hey, I'm not gonna try and knock your confidence any more than it probably already is naturally with that. But we are going to bring Pert Harris on despite his tiredness, his injury. And it's just because he is such a good player. I need to make that substitute. So we're bringing him on, hoping that will give us some attacking oomph. Defensively, we're okay. Like, we just got broken down by set piece, so that's all I'm going to do. I've been known to make too many substitutes, and potentially I could fall into that trap here today if I was to switch over the defence. You know, Danilo's playing all right, Maya's playing all right, Delquire and Thembu doing the job. Are we going to see a last highlight? I would take a draw here. It's not like setting the world on fire, but I would take it. 4 minutes of additional time left. It's them on the ball. Don't know if I like that. Watkins is on it. Danilo trying to get him. He's not going to get him though. And Thembu, 6'6". He's going to win that header all day long. And McGinn intercepts. Oh, it's Edouard leaving it and giving it away, but Ziyang makes a fine save there. And you'd think that's all she wrote. With only a couple of seconds left, it is 1 point to start our career in the Premier League. I'm not upset about that at all. I think we've shown that we're okay. The 19 shots in total, actually, I didn't really notice because I think they kind of all came in the second half. I'm gonna say I'm happy with. I'm gonna say I'm happy with the result. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it with them. Like, we're expected to not win this league. We're not expected to win many games, in fact. And we've just beaten Aston Villa, who have been in this division for a long time, have great players like Bargi, even Ramiro, I imagine, still is an incredible player. Actually, let's have a gaze. Where were they predicted to finish? They're predicted to finish in 9th place. So yeah, that's not a bad result. Well, let's not complain too much. It's a building block, and Alanga looks like he could be 17 pace, mate. That's tasty. He's getting scouted some more. You look good too, mate. Okay, yeah, no, you're getting scouted some more too. I feel like I've had you, Abdi, in a save before. Currently in the Qatari League, so he might want some huge wages. Yeah, you look okay. Maybe like last resort, but I'll chuck you on the transfer list. It's the short list. Sorry. Yeah, as you can see, that right wing position definitely what I'm trying to get. But you'll find out in like 10 seconds, or like 5 seconds if I stop talking, who we signed, because we're coming back into the transfer window, then simulating to the end of December. Come on, let's hope that we've won some more games, not in the relegation spots, and we have signed that right winger, because, mate, that is a crucial position for us. Well, we're not going to sugarcoat it. We've done terribly since the first game against Aston Villa. 3-0 loss to Tottenham, 2-0 loss to Everton, 3-1 loss to Brighton, 2-0 loss to Carabao Cup side Oxford United, who are in the League One, then a 1-0 loss to Middlesbrough, but a 2-0 friendly win to Club Brugge. So, we're on the up. I have changed the tactic because this is obviously a sign that what we were doing is not working. So I've changed to a more direct approach, and it's the first time that I've gone this direct in, I think, this entire save. I feel like I've gone counter-attacking-ish in the past, but I just worked out that our position in these games were just horrific. So I'll actually go over that tactic more after I go over the signings, because I've just realised I probably spoiled a couple just by clicking on that screen. But we have made signings since the last time we saw each other, and we are going to play this Wolves game on camera because we're doing so badly. I would like to get a bounce back on camera. So we loaned out 2 players here. The right back, left back that we brought in, I have ended up loaning out to Rangers, just because I think he's going to get some great game time over there. And I didn't think he was going to be a lockdown player for us. Whittaker, who started the season as a starter, has gone out on loan too. I'm hoping to sell him, actually. I don't feel like we need him anymore because we've made a couple of signings. And also just something about him, I don't back it at the moment. So I can't remember the last signing I told you about. I think it was Reed. I'm pretty certain it was Reed, actually. We did end up signing that Illing guy that I told you about, and I'm pretty happy with him. He's a good rotation option. Probably going to be like a reserve player, comes in when people are injured, but definitely good enough to make an appearance here and there. So very happy with that. 24 years of age, got potential, free transfer from Juventus. Cannot complain about that at all. Next player was a loan, because we need to cover that centre-back position. So Barmer is a loan player that we're paying all of his, well, no, not all of his wages, actually, £24,000 worth of his wages. Could eventually pay 6.25 to keep him here. I don't think I will. I think it's a worthwhile loan, though, because he is currently a great rotation option, and having him as a squad player means that we can, probably not play him in too many games, and they shouldn't get too mad. Premier League experience as well. I think it's a decent signing, can't complain at all. But my last 2 signings, I think, are probably the best 2 of the transfer window. Maybe not the best 2, but they're very good. Gabriel Veron is our right winger option, our left winger option too, and a striker. But I'm definitely going to be playing him mostly on this right hand side. Not because he's suited mostly to that, but because that right wing is what I have identified for a long time as a position that we need to improve. We're paying him a lot of money, £62,000. But he comes in for just 5.5 after Porto bought him years ago for 8.75. And believe it or not, I've got some experience in this Football Manager playing with this man. He was in my Porto save that I did off camera for like a week. I played through a couple of seasons with Porto trying to rebuild it. It went terribly. But this man was decent, so I'm happy to have him. He has potential, and I think he's going to be a good right winger for us for a couple of seasons to come. So very happy with that. And £2.7 million for Decker. I did not think he'd be this good when I signed him. 2.7 for this man. 24 years of age, 3.5-star current ability. He's going to be a starter for us, I think. He is a great signing. I really did not think I'd be getting a player this good when I picked him up. And now the starting lineup looks like this. Decker and Gabriel Veron come straight into the lineup. Delquire is still out with an injury. Don't know if he was out at the time, but he is out. Still Reed and still Campbell. So this is the squad. It's looking a lot better now, if I do say so myself. And I'm intrigued to see how this direct approach works. But my thinking was, we don't have possession. We're just not getting the possession. So why try and get possession when we're not getting it? Just embrace the fact that we have no possession and go counter-attacking. This is the formation we're running with. We also have this as an option too. 2 CDM, so even more defensive. But I prefer this because it, suits the players that we have more, and it, I feel, gives us more of an attacking outlet when we do go onto the counter-attack. But yeah, it's defensively solid. We're going to distribute the ball into Adebayo to try and get him to knock down the ball. Kind of use the wing space to hit early crosses. Fairly wide, I feel like might be a bit of a mistake. I might move it into just standard, but I'll see how it goes to start off with. But maybe that could give some separation for Adebayo to get space to get headers in the box. But I think this Wolves game, away from home is a huge one for us. They have got one win and one draw, and they're only one spot above us. We need this win to not be in the relegation zone at the end of this wee game, I would say. But it's not going to be an easy one. I mean, none of the games are looking like they're going to be easy, considering how well we started to begin with. But I feel optimistic in some way about it. And we're going to give Veron number 10, which I feel is a perfect number for a man that's going to be the right wing, left wing, attacking option for us. So he's our number 10. And we're jumping into this game hoping to get a result. Our first win of the Premier League season. And their team looks all right. I mean, I don't want to down talk it, but it doesn't look outrageous. Our team doesn't look outrageous when you look at it like that either. And especially the form. Doesn't look great either. But the formation, the tactic, surely can't do worse than what we've seen in the past. Away from home isn't ideal. But we're embracing the lack of possession and trying to go more direct. I'm hoping to see that here early on. As Mthembu tries to get it forward. But yeah, there is a wee bit of an isolation up there for Adebayo. But can't collect the ball there, and we again just kind of thump it long. That's not really what I mean by counter-attack, to be honest. I do want you to look before you pass the ball and make sure that there's actually someone there. Here they come with a header heading over the bar. And I'm already not feeling great about this. The only game that we've used this tactic in is that one against Club Brugge, and I wasn't even managing that. I just simulate, you can turn off responsibilities to actually go to friendly games, so I just get the result at the end of it. And I assumed it went okay because of the 2-0 win. But now I'm thinking maybe this tactic isn't it. Oh well. We're going to keep going with it. Eder on the ball on the left-hand side, looking for a ball into the mixer. Doesn't find McGinn and it's headed out, but we still have it. And this is where we thrive in attacking positions. It's a goal. It's a goal. Is he offside? I don't know who is offside. I don't know who scored the goal. It could have come off Adebayo and it could be offside. It's a goal. It's a goal. Okay, so how is this? It's Adebayo's goal. It must have deflected off him, and that's why the offside shout's being called. Yeah, no, he's never offside there, but that has literally just hit him, and Eder has taken an assist. Well, that's against the run of play. 4 shots to their 9. They'll definitely be feeling hard done by here. I'm thinking maybe the second formation is the way to go in the second half, like the one with 2 CDMs, because obviously we aren't dominating this game and they are going to continue to attack us, so having a bit more defensive solidity might be the way to go, but we'll keep this up for, okay, maybe I should have changed it immediately because I've scored immediately after we've scored. Alright, 1-1, and we've got to hope for another good opportunity for us to get a jammy goal like we did in the first half, but it's progress. We've got the ball into the back of the net, but yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. I'm happy with the performance because I feel like they've probably done exactly what I've asked them to do, but it's just not quite, I'd like a win. I would like a win on camera, thank you very much. We're not going to stay in this division if we can't win any games. And right now it's certainly looking like we can't win any games. And my most recent promotion, season after getting promotion in the Premier League was a relegation with West Brom, if you watch that save. But it doesn't really bode well for me in terms of form. But we're going to make a couple of tweaks to try and fix this. Okay, let's go slightly less direct. We'll bring that in a bit so they're not so spaced out. McGinn is playing horrifically and has a yellow card, so we're going to bring him off. We're going to bring Pert Harris on as a more attacking outlet and bring Sukic down into this box-to-box midfielder role. Decker on his debut is also playing horrifically. So let's get Emre in, who apparently is the worst of our centre-backs, but he's played games in the Premier League and Barmer hasn't. So no, Barmer has actually. Let's get Barmer on. I forgot that he has played for Middlesbrough in the Premier League. So let's give him a bit of backing here. See how he does. 25 minutes to go. I would absolutely take a draw, but you got to start winning games at some point, boys. Come on, let's see some highlights. Let's see some opportunities. I can't see it going our way now. And now it just feels like we've got no chance. 0 points is absolutely guaranteed in my opinion now. Balanced is what we got to go for. Pert Harris to put a ball in. And see, I haven't even done free kicks. See, I need to adjust that because we have big players and that's really how we're going to stay in this league. Corners, free kicks, all that kind of stuff. But here's Adebayo. Oh, he shoots it way over the bar. He's offside anyway. Getting excited about an offside shot. 10 minutes ago. Come on, give us something, boys. At least it's a highlight. I don't care that we're on the ball. It's a highlight, so it means that we could win the ball back and create an attack. But look how deep Adebayo is. Like, I know that we've got deep lines, but I just feel like that's inviting pressure, man. I mean, I know that counter-attacking, that's like kind of the point. You go a low block and then... But I'm going standard. Because it doesn't feel right to me. I don't like it. And I think this is going to be a goal. So I think it's all she wrote here. Yeah, it is a goal. I'm not even going to watch the replay. Still going to make the tactical changes. But I'm really stuck here, boys and girls. I don't know what to do. I just feel like our players aren't good enough for the Premier League. My tactical awareness isn't quite there for the players that we have. And, yeah, relegation seems pretty imminent already. I mean, we'll be back at the start of the January transfer window. And hopefully we've picked up some wins, got a string of form together, at least found a tactic that works. I'll probably keep this for a wee bit. But that felt like a winnable game, you know what I mean? Like if we were going to get a result, that felt like the kind of result we'd be getting. So tweak of the tactics got to take place actually. Let's go balanced. Let's go not so wide. I don't think distributing to the target forward's working, so let's just not say anything for that. I don't like the lower lines, and yeah, not slightly more direct. Standard. No, I like slightly more direct actually. Do we focus play down the wings though? Our wingers are good. Yeah, okay, maybe there's the way to go. Alright. It's not really a fluid counter-attack anymore, I don't think, but direct counter-attack, sorry. But it is what it is. We'll see how it goes. And right now, I'm going to adjust the corners, because otherwise I will forget. This is comfortably the hardest Football Manager save I've ever been a part of. I swear I've tried so many tactics, and we are just so bad. And like, yeah, I'll hold my hands up and admit, like, I'm definitely not helping the situation with changing tactics. Like, I need to actually assess the team, pick one, stick with it. But we are a bad football team. We won our last game though, so that would have been a great one to show on camera. I finally changed to a control position because I tried slightly tweaked versions, not like exact presets, but I tried the wing play. I tried route 1, fluid counter-attack, direct counter-attack, and I feel like I did a bit of tiki-taka at one point. So now we're on to control position. I've just changed it to make it my own because we won our last game and this is what we played. So fingers crossed it works. I mean, I don't think it will. I really don't. We're really bad. And the fact, you can tell that there's not a lot of links here. That's because the team has been really adjusted. And actually, I've just realised everyone's exhausted. And it's the day that we're versing Manchester United. So the team's going to have to be rotated even more. Well, since last time we saw each other, obviously, yeah, it's not gone well. We drew our next game to Bournemouth. So Bournemouth, thank you for the points. We beat Arsenal, who are top of the table, which was incredible. I don't know how it happened. It was definitely a statistical anomaly. Got lucky. Got very, very lucky. Missed a penalty as well. This one again, I mean, we scored all 3 of our shots. So I don't know if I could be claiming this as a masterclass of tactical approach. But it's the best I've got at the moment. Like, with 13 points away from relegation, I have no idea how I have not been sacked. Like, not a clue. I would be sacking me. I would absolutely have sacked me by now. I've got no idea what to do. I got a Wolves interview out of nowhere, and oh my gosh, I was biting at the opportunity of that. Didn't get it. Wish I did, because I think it's only a matter of time before I'm going to be on the job hunt. And actually, that Bournemouth job is slightly tempting, because I'm probably the most insecure manager of anyone. Like, they love me, so they've kept me around for long enough. But I am insecure to the max. How the Burnley team are as bad as us, I have no idea. But I think the last news I got a while ago was we all do. Oh, yeah, Brack's on the verge of sack, which makes me think I might get sacked if I lose this game, which feels harsh because it's Manchester United, but to be fair, they should have sacked me a long time ago, a very long time ago, like probably when I lost 14 games in a row or something like that. I lost a lot of games in a row. We didn't get points for a very long time. I can tell you all the games we got points from. 1-0 draw to Aston Villa, 1-0 win to Arsenal, 0-0 draw to Bournemouth, and 3-1 win to Bournemouth. Those are the games. They're just straight on the top of my head because I know them, because they just happened. So, this has been painful. It has affected my general mood in life. And if we get sacked, I'm not going to be too upset, to be honest with you. But I do want to make sure that we have a good chance of staying. Oh, see, I don't want to. Oh, no, I'm going to create that bad link. Ron and Ida are both tired. I'm going to tell them both to suck it up. I mean, they are going to be exhausted by the end of this game, but I need them here today. If there's a chance that I'm getting sacked, yeah, we need them out on the pitch. And I haven't really gone over the tactic because I change it so much. Like the tactic, yes, I admit that is definitely a part of the problem. I just need to pick a tactic and settle for it. But when you change to a new tactic and then lose 4-0, you don't think to yourself, oh, this is the one. You think, well, let's definitely change that. I'll tell you what honestly, this is what I think would work, a gegenpress. Honestly, all signs point towards gegenpress. We're all right at passing, we've got pace, and just nothing else has worked. I think a gegenpress would work. I can't use a gegenpress, that's the whole point of the save, because I always use the gegenpress and I always do well. But this is really testing me now. I think we weren't quite good enough for the Premier League and we just got lucky to get promoted. So, it's understandable that I'm not doing well. The 8 points is just horrific. But here we are actually attacking. Ida goes for the shot wide of the post. Good opportunity for him there. Actually, probably the only opportunity we're going to get in this game based off our past performances. But looking at the stats, 2 shots to 0. This is an incredible start to the game. I could not be more chuffed with this. Maybe I have found the tactic. Do not sack me. Just as I find a tactic that might potentially work. I don't even care. That normally would be 3-0 down. Oh, did I mention the 7-1 loss to Newcastle like 2 games ago? I didn't. If you saw it, you saw it. But it happened. It happened. It's been trying times. Trying times is the best way to put it. And here is Manchester United coming in for an attack. We actually get the ball back, and if we play our cards right, we could have a counter-attack. Here is Danilo on the right-hand side, who's been one of the shining lights in our season. He's actually been playing okay. The goalkeeper has been substituted during games, by the way, but I do think he is better than our other goalkeeper, so he keeps his starting spot. Here's Veron, looking for a ball, can't find anyone, and we lose it, but Sukic does manage to win it. Again, he's been a player that's been alright. Pert Harris has been injured for a bit, so only just back into the lineup. Puts a good ball over the top. Ida, I found the tactic. Please tell me that I found the tactic. This is incredible. We've played so bad for so long. And now, even scoring a goal is really impressive for us. I don't think I can express to you how difficult I have found this and how frustrating I have found this. Scoring a goal is like winning a game in any other save. This is incredible. Okay, well, don't just score. Oh, it's a great block. I've just hit my hand. Honestly, I've just done a wee celebration with my arms, and I've just elbowed my hand, and it was quite good contact. It actually hurts quite a bit, but hey, it is what it is. I'm okay with it considering the fact we're still 1-0 up. Rashford's on the ball, looking for a ball into the mixer. It does come down, and they do score. I don't think he's offside. I think it's 1-1. To be honest, I kind of do take this still. 1-1 draw is a very, very good result so far, considering how our season's gone. It is lucky that it's come down to him, first goal of the season, but is what it is. Happens against the best teams. We got to bounce back, try and get a win. Barmer has gone into our starting lineup because our centre-backs have been so bad. Dalquois has just been terrible. Terrible is the only word I can think of. He has been so bad. Becker, the new Dutch signing, I just feel like whenever he's on the pitch, we lose. I actually am not sure we've got a point when he's been on the pitch. I don't think he's bad. He's just the statistics say he's bad, realistically. So I think he might just be bad, actually. But so Mthembu and Farmer, who I think has been recalled because I said we didn't need him anymore, but we clearly do need him now, are our best centre-back pairing at this current moment in time. And this happens all the time, man. We've gone like 5 red cards. To be fair, I do keep putting get stuck in on. It's not on at the moment. So, well, that just I could be sacked as a result of that, Veron. I'm just putting it out there. There's a high likelihood I'm being sacked as a result of that action. And now I can't play early balls into the mixer because I've got no one to put early balls into the mixer. So we'll get rid of that. Work the ball into the box. Fingers crossed we don't concede. A draw would be incredible. A point here would actually take us to 19th place, which I think would be the first time that has been the case the entire time I've been ahead of this club for like after the first 3 game weeks. Oh my gosh, that would be incredible. But we would have to pull off an absolute masterclass here. A really lucky win. A really lucky point would have to be had. I can't see it happening with 10 men here. But stranger things has happened. It's them on the ball. Playing it forward, over the top. Yeah, see, I've just started using a higher line. Maybe it wasn't the right shout. Maybe I should be going... Because I felt like honestly, this is genuinely what you'd see in every highlight. We'd get the ball, and we'd just have no one up there. So I felt like moving both of the lines to higher was the way to go. But now I'm kind of thinking, actually, when they've got pacey, like good players that they can just play one ball over the top to, it's maybe not the best idea. So going with the higher... and medium line might sort it, might give us some good. I mean, we're on the ball here and we've got options, but they're just the gegenpress of like I know they're probably not even playing gegenpress United, but they'll be playing some sort of high intensity football, and it just gets us every time. And yeah, we're just not good enough, and I'm not good enough, and I'll admit I would like to move clubs. I love Luton. I love what they've done for me. I've gone into the Premier League, which I didn't think I would do. So quickly in the save, especially when we had that stint at Galway, like things were looking really not great for the trajectory of the save, and I did get saved by coming to Bradford, and then Luton snapped me up, and then we came to the Prem, and it felt like things were on the up and up for us, but I don't know, I just think I'm out of my depth here, I'll admit. Like I need to get some sort of a La Liga or a Bundesliga mid-table job, like with a reputation similar to this, and just hope that someone takes me on in a top flight, then do decent with them, like get some mid-table finishes, push for Europe, then get those top jobs. And I think that's the only way I'm going to be able to get some top jobs, because they're not going to be looking at this Luton Town performance thinking, I'll take a punt on that manager. I would not be taking a punt on me. In fact, I think it would be a very stupid decision. I don't know why Luton are still taking a punt on me, in fact. I will simulate a couple of sims after this, because I have a feeling there is a chance we're going to be sacked after this loss. But if we get a draw here, surely it would be a harsh sacking. I mean, it's not over till it's over. And we did have the ball for a second there, and we're looking like we could be pushing to get it back. The tactic doesn't fill me with confidence. The fact that they're in our half doesn't fill me with confidence. The fact that Griezmann has just kicked it, he's been so bad too. Griezmann has been horrific. I've just realised how tired Ida actually is. So I guess I'll get Griezmann up top. Play him as he's got no pace now. False 9. I guess it will give us more support in trying to get the ball forward. And we have lost. We put up a decent performance there, to be fair. Like, the red card destroyed us, obviously. But like, I will just say that we were unlucky. That one, you get a red card, you're not going to beat Manchester United when you're sitting on 8 points. It's just not going to happen. But am I going to be sacked? That's the big thing. I don't see any news suggesting they might be sticking with me. I feel like this is the perfect time to sack me if they're going to. Like, even though I just won a game 2 games ago, like just before the January transfer window, the new man can come in with a not too difficult game against West Ham, away from home, and like prove themselves, get all the transfers that they want to get in. We've got players on the transfer list because they want to leave because we suck and I don't play them. And like, he could get some good money in. He could get, use the budget that we have left over. But I think they're going to stick with me. this West Ham one could be the nail in the coffin. So I'm tentative to like if I get sacked, you're gonna find out in like a minute, because I'm not gonna record a whole new episode just to let you know that I got sacked halfway through. Like, I mean, obviously, if I do all my transfers in the January transfer window and then get sacked, then I'll probably still include it in this video. But like I could not get sacked. I'm probably gonna get sacked realistically. Like, not today. I don't think. I think that we're safe today because of the decent performance there. But you guys are going to find out in like 10 seconds. I'm rambling on. You can see how much longer this video has in it. Like, I mean, goodbye if I don't get sacked. Gosh, there are some good players on the transfer list. I wanted him at the start of the season. So for 2.9, I'm just going to put that bid in. Beautiful. Thank you. Do we have that money? Do we have that kind of money? We do have that kind of money. I'm buying him. As long as I don't get sacked. Well, you'll find out in like 5 seconds. If I don't get sacked, by the way, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're new around here. Like this video. If it goes to the cutscene now, I didn't get sacked. Okay, the episode continues because it says, if we don't win our next game, we're being sacked. And I don't know if he's talking about the Bradford game or the Newcastle game. Surely he doesn't care about the Bradford game. Surely it's the Newcastle game. Good result in the next match. Has promised to get a result that the board will be happy with in the next match. Surely that's a Newcastle game, right? Sorry, the plot thickens. I mean, why you want me? I do not know. Will I take you? Absolutely. I think this Bournemouth job has saved us now. It did get slightly better, like we beat Bradford, which actually did end up being the game that we needed to win. So I didn't get sacked. But then we beat Newcastle too. So I actually do finally feel like I found a system that works. But I just have to go to Bournemouth. I've just got to. Like, first of all, they're 12 points ahead of us, which is just a huge boost to staying as a Premier League manager. Second of all, their players are worth so much more than ours. Like £40 million. Like, even their stats, like if you actually take a small look at them, they're better than our players significantly, Just picking random players, they're all so much better than ours. We clearly have a better team here. It's just a bit of a no-brainer. Like, it's sad to be leaving Luton in this kind of a way, especially when I feel like we do have a bit of momentum now, but I don't think there's any way I was saving them from the drop. For reference, I didn't apply for this Bournemouth job. I got approached. I think that is the most unrealistic thing ever because I am the most struggling manager currently in the Premier League. But I will take it. And the transfer budget does not make me feel super promising. I think they want me to finish mid-table when they're currently in relegation spots. But of course I'm going to say yes to anything that they give me because realistically, I'm jumping ship before it sinks. And next episode is going to be the first episode in the series for Bournemouth. And if it simulates and actually confirms it, I can end this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you're new around here so you don't see Bournemouth content coming soon. I'll see you all later.